crazy, right? I mean, it's enormous.
So is our son's capacity for enraging me. And yes, I am sure. I checked every room.
Okay, how do you know he was gone?
Because I woke up in the middle of the night worried about him. But he was so unruffled about this marriage, it made me suspicious.
Well, I know, me too.
Well, why didn't you say something?
Because I figured it was normal for a kid his age to have that kind of reaction. I figured we'd get over it. And besides, I thought you and Clint there deserved an undisturbed wedding night.
Well, that was very sweet.
Yeah. So anyway, how was Clint about Will disappearing?
Well, I'm not really sure because he's still sleeping.
Oh.
Why should I wake him up? Running after Will was the way Clint and I started. I didn't want him to think our entire marriage was going to be one long Will hunt.
Why not? Ours was.
Yeah. And see? Here we are again on another pre-dawn trek after him while he's probably laughing in his illegal beer. Will it ever end?
Yes, it will end. We're going to end it right now. Because I tell you, tonight is Will's final run.
Oh.
Yes, hi. This is
The girl from the plane.
would you believe? I'm making some progress.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm sorry I interrupted. Such drama. So, what's Mr. Prep School doing in Angel Square?
Wait a second.
Yeah, you know what? Don't even try to stop me, because I don't even know if you want to hear what I have to say.
Look, you and I have been friends for a long time. I would expect that you could try to forgive me so I could maybe have a chance at getting back to Cassie.
What, in the name of friendship?
Yes.
You've got some incredible nerve. You know that? I don't even know if we're friends anymore.
Kelly.
You know why? Because anybody who betrays my cousin betrays me. Is that understood?
It's over, I think. Earlier, Todd got out of his room, and he went up on the roof. He was going to jump. Oh, my God. We talked him down because it was scary moments.
And now he's watching TV?
They have him on the 24-hour suicide watch, which is the reason I stayed.
Oh, how long is he going to be on the brink like this? Vicki, I can't stand to ask this, but
He could change this whole thing? They have prison?
No. No, I don't think so. No. Although I do think there's a great deal more going on here than meets the eye. Has he ever referred to himself in the third person?
that's a strange question. Why?
Stop it! You stop it! Stop it!
Breathe, Mr. Man. Just breathe. They shouldn't even make movies like that. It's sick. It's sick.
Is the violence that upsets you?
It shouldn't be on television. You know, anybody could walk by and see that on the television. People hitting each other like that. You know, you get hit like that and it hurts.
Does that remind you of when you were hurt?
Television shouldn't be rubbing people's noses and how rotten the world is. You know, you turn that on and all you see are nasty people being mean to each other. No respect for life. Oh, I'm sorry. I need to make such a fuss. It's just all that hitting and that shooting. I hate that.
You used to love violent movies, Todd. You laughed at them.
No, I didn't. Hey, you see blood like that and you know that somebody's really been hurt. Right? Sometimes you don't even need to see the blood, but you know that somebody's been hurt. There's enough suffering in the world.
You've suffered a lot, haven't you?
I never hurt anybody like that. I don't care how much I've suffered.
You know, you've got to admit this is kind of weird. I mean, after all, you thought it would take me all summer to find you.
What's weird is people coming by to visit at 4:30 in the morning. I mean, your kind of people.
You make a lot of assumptions about who I am and what I do.
I know what I see. So, how do you know her anyway?
What, Jess? I didn't until tonight, but suddenly she's my sister.
Excuse me?
Well, after you and I parted company at the airport, I found out that my mother found herself a new husband, which is actually Jessica's father, so we spent a lot of the night.
You and Jessica spent the night.
Commiserating.
Why? It was a marriage, not a funeral, right?
Yeah, but, yeah.
Never mind. Some kids are like, it's the end of the world when their parents act crazy. Maybe I'm lucky not to have mine around.
Well, as bizarre as they are, I think I'd rather have my parents in my life than out.
Well, yeah.
What's been rough for you, huh? Have to deal with that?
Could we not discuss your assumptions?
Okay. What should we discuss then?
Tell me about this Jessica. Is she the ice princess she appears to be?
Jessica, wait. Please.
Please, Christian, just leave me alone.
I can't. You have to listen to me.
What for? It's all pretty obvious.
Jessica.
That girl, that's the one Will met on the plane, the one he is so nuts about.
She was Roseanne. Jess. Roseanne?
Roseanne, the one you've known since you were little, that's the tomboy?
Well, she grew up too. She just showed up. Probably to see her on tape. We were talking about old times and I decided to sketch her. It was like looking for that little girl that I knew inside her.
Newsflash, Christian, that is no little girl.
Well, she's obviously not 12 anymore. Still, seeing her again was like finding something I lost inside. That inspiration I was looking for.
Yeah, you sure look inspired.
What, who do you think I was, like, hot for her? I told you how I feel about a model, and that's not the way it is.
I know that. I don't know. I guess I want you to feel that way about me, you know? And I hate that she has whatever I don't have to inspire you.
Please, let's not make this about your insecurity, Jessica.
I can't help what I feel.
But you're totally blowing this out of proportion.
You couldn't see the look in your eyes.
Yeah? Well, I could see that guy you were with. That's Will. The one whose picture you were carrying around. I mean, what are you doing with him in the middle of the night?
Maybe that's about the worst mistake of my life. If I could lose Kathy Ford, I'd rather not lose you two.
I think you already have.
Well, you don't believe in forgiveness, Kelly. You forgave Drew.
Drew has proven himself to be a decent and loyal human being, which is the direct opposite of you.
Oh, come on. People, life's not a straight line. People backslide from time to time, and you just hope they own up to it. That's what I'm trying to do. You give Drew a second chance, you can't give me one?
I'm not the one you needed, Tom.
I think you are. If you give me the chance, then maybe Cassie will too.
You know something? You were my hero. You were like my big brother. You saved her from a burning house.
I don't think that matters that much.
Oh, no, it does matter, Kevin. What am I supposed to think of that? What am I supposed to think of you?
I guess that I'm human.
And were you so human that you couldn't help yourself from jumping Barbara? Do you love her?
No. I didn't then either.
You're just like the rest of them. That's supposed to make it better, and I guess that's the excuse. You use Barbara the way that you're using me right now to get what you want. You destroyed Cassie. She left her family. She left her child. For you, she gave up everything for you. And you couldn't give up a simple roll in the hay for someone you don't even love? I can't even look at your face.
Sam?
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, well, believe it, all right? Don't laugh.
I'm not.
You were gonna.
Excuse me, have we ever been on one of these weird hunts when something hasn't gone wrong with the car?
Well, not at home, but, well, always at home, actually. I just think Lambview, you know, I thought it would be different here.
Here, let me do it. Let me do something.
All right, fine. You finish the lug nuts, I'll get the spare tire. You know, I think this is just Will's revenge on us, that's all.
Yeah, well, it's not us, and you know it. I think he's upset over my marrying Clint. What exactly did he say to you?
Oh, you know, not much. Yo, tire coming.
Okay.
Here, grab it. Yeah, but I could tell he was thrown.
I know what I did seems wildly impulsive, but I never meant to hurt the children.
You didn't hurt the kids. Lindsay, come on. You had your shot at the kind of life that you wanted, and you took it. Nobody's going to blame you for that. The kids will understand.
I just don't want you to think I'm a bad mother.
Come on. I never have, and I never will. Right? The kids will get to know Clint, and they'll adjust.
Still could have handled it better.
Yeah.
Could have approached Will differently. I probably could have avoided this entire episode.
Hell, this thing weighs a ton. What would you have done? What, locked him in the house?
Well, you know, that's not a bad idea, actually. You know, Ace's place has a moat. Probably has a dungeon.
Oh,
I could make him sleep down there.
that's a good idea.
Where on earth is he?
Jessica, Ice Princess, and this is coming from the Queen of the Freezer.
Yeah. I was so cold. Why are you so hot?
It's, hot night. Mind if I look at the artist's renderings?
Why would I care? So?
It's good.
You didn't think you would be?
Who knew? But, and again, he had a good subject.
True. You never told me about that.
I just met her tonight, but she's no ice princess. I know that. She's smart, friendly, very upfront.
Did I hear the pretty in there?
That goes without saying.
Great. So you gotta go through some of us. Now you guys can cry on each other's shoulders over your crazy parents.
Yeah, well, don't count on it. Her and Chris seem pretty tight. At least that's what I thought till I came here. It looked fairly intense.
Christian's an artist. He's always been very, very intense.
And you like that?
I always did.
Is that why you're trying to get me so interested in Jessica?
Am I?
Yeah, I think so. So what about Christian?
What about?
Was this naked thing just really about art?
For now.
For your information, that guy is my brand new stepbrother.
Your brand new stepbrother. I got that.
Yeah, and he's just as upset about it as I am, so he showed up on my terrace.
In the middle of the night?
Roseanne showed up pretty late, didn't she? Come on, Christian. All we did was go for a walk. Big deal. Besides, you want to know what we mostly talked about? Besides the little girl on the plane? You. That's why I brought him to your house. Yes, in the middle of the night.
And instead of finding me alone and asleep, you found me with Roseanne.
And hardly asleep.
I can see how that shocked you. But you have to know how important this is.
That's the problem. It was written all over your face.
I mean, for us, you and me. Now I've got a shot at going to New York with you. And to me, that matters more than anything, Jess.
I know that. And me too. I don't know. I don't like acting like this, but I can't help it. It just seems like something awful's gonna happen.
Jessica?
Drew?
What are you doing here this time of night?
Oh, why not? My mom's at home. Nobody's checking up on me. I'm
Well,
fine.
that's probably because they trust you, Jessica.
Look, Jessica's safe. She's been here with me all night. She knows better than to be here alone.
Well, you should know better than to bring her here. I don't know if you guys realize it or not, but there's been a series of muggings in this vicinity the past couple nights. It's not safe, and with you or not, I seriously doubt her parents would want her here. So if you don't take her home, I'm going to have to.
I'll get her there. I promise.
All right, well, I'm going to be on patrol here all night, so don't let me catch you guys again, all right? All right.
I'm not ready to go home yet.
No?
No. You have to tell me a lot about this Roseanne girl before I let you be alone with her again.
I spoke to Dr. Wise, the consulting psychiatrist, earlier. He thinks Todd may be in a manic phase after the catatonia. He's sedated and on antidepressants, but that wouldn't affect the sort of change.
I don't understand. Todd suddenly docile, remorseful, even sociable.
Those responses aren't bad, are they?
No, they're not bad. They're not Todd. Todd's never been any of those things.
We'll have a better sense of what's going on after tomorrow's evaluation.
Thank you, Doctor.
Good night.
Do you have any idea what is going on?
No, don't know what to think. Kevin?
Hey, Mom. Listen, I have something I need to tell you that I don't want you to hear from somebody else. Can we speak alone, please?
Excuse me. Kevin, what is it? What's wrong?
Cassie moved out on me.
Why? So it's true.
I couldn't lie to her anymore.
Kevin, what on earth is happening to you?
Roseanne is nothing to worry about. She's my oldest friend in the whole world.
No worry there.
If she acts like she's totally on top of everything, it's because she's been hurt a lot. Her mom died when she was young. Her dad just got up and disappeared. She was sent to live with her grandmother in New Orleans.
Okay, so it sounds like she's had a bad life. I don't mean to be unsympathetic, but
I'm sorry you got bad vibes from her. But I bet if you get to know her, you guys will like each other.
I hate to say this, but it's kind of hard to like somebody so beautiful. I mean, she's just so exotic.
Exotic? Roseanne? She's a kid from my neighborhood. You are exotic to me. And so beautiful. She might have all my attention when I'm painting, but you will always have my heart.
Yeah, so do you. I think that's why I get so scared.
How's Cassie doing?
Awful. I heard her pacing in her room all night.
Sounds like you didn't get much sleep.
No. I imagine you need some sleep, especially after double duty.
I want to see you. What are you thinking about?
Love. I don't think I'm ever going to know what it is or when it is. I thought Joey and I were going to be forever. And I thought Ian and I were going to be forever. When he died, I didn't think that my heart would heal. Then you came along. And you made everything possible again. And no matter how bad our futures were, I was just so full of love.
And you made me believe I had a future. I hope we have a future.
Drew, I don't know what love looks like. Andrew and Cassie, when I lived with them, they seemed like the ideal couple. Come to find out, Cassie wasn't happy at all. And then Cassie got together with Kevin, and it was beautiful. They adored one another. And now Kevin's up with Barbara.
Kevin's complex. I haven't quite figured Kevin out yet. You know?
It's not Kevin I have questions about. It's love. If it even exists, and if it does it ever last?
Well, Barbara and I, it happened once. It was the night that Todd had us held hostage. We were in the wine cellar. It was just yeah. Real stupid.
I'll say. Why, sweetheart?
I don't know. I'm not going to use the same excuse I've been using, which is that it was a life and death situation.
Listen, that might be not be so far off, you know. Ever since you recovered from the fire, you have lived every single day as if it were your last.
That's such a bad credo.
No, sweetheart, but in your case, it has prompted some questionable behavior.
Okay, but it's not self-destructive driven. I got a big space in here. I got like this restlessness of a hollowness that I feel here.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. And Cassie filled that for me. I need her. I love this woman so much, and I just want to go tell her this. I want her to hear me, you know.
I think you have to take a minute and try and step outside yourself and look at this objectively, okay? You say you love Cassie. But what you did with Barbara says something else, and unfortunately says it a lot louder.
Okay, well, done.
We always did work well together.
Okay. We did a lot of things well together. Not that well besides that, anyway.
Why is it that I divorced you again?
Oh, it's a minor detail. You couldn't stand the sight of my face.
That is so not true. If it were, I would have divorced you a lot sooner. You did drive me crazy, though.
Yeah.
You know,
What?
when things are going so smoothly with us and we're functioning well together and it's about the kids and not us going at each other, I wonder why we couldn't make it work.
In governance, Lindsay, watch your fingers. I could not give you what you needed.
Maybe. Maybe all of you is too much to need. Well,
Sammy, I always felt that you held back one little part of yourself, that place where Nora lived.
Lindsay, I did the best I could.
I know you did, you know, and I could have, you know, tried to accept that with grace. But it's humiliating knowing that your husband has to try so hard. And in the end, you know, I almost wish that you could get what it is that you've always wanted. Nora!
Well, that's not going to happen, and just save your wishes,
No, no.
okay? Look, I'm sorry, all right? I
Don't
couldn't...
worry about it, don't. You know, I've got another chance. I've got Clint. I have no wild expectations or delusions.
Well, that's a good way to start a marriage.
Maybe you could have another chance. With Blair.
Well, that's not going to happen either. I kind of played a little too cool with Blair. You know, it really surprised me, though. I really did have feelings for her.
Did you tell her?
No, well, I went over to you. I mean, I wanted to, but well, the fact is, when I finally got that message, and she's already left town with Max Holden, so if she was the woman for me, we'll never know.
I wouldn't throw in the towel just yet, because, you know, Sammy, if you really want her, you can have her back.
No, Lindsay. Cases I win. Women, I lose.
Yeah, well, the only woman you've ever lost is Nora. So, where do we look for the kid next?
The police said to try the park.
You know how long you've been out here?
Not really.
I'm sorry about before. So rude.
No, it's no problem for me. I got a chance to see Christian's work. It's great, man. Really, it is.
Thanks, man.
Come here a minute. I just wanted to make sure you understood that it really was all about art.
Yeah, I do. I know Christian. You know, I've been actually wanting to meet you for so long.
Me too. I must have 100 letters from him, but half of what he says is about you. How great you are, what I love is art. So I figured you wouldn't mind. Still, it must have been a shock to see me sitting there butt naked.
You know, I'm just glad Christian's working. He's been so stuck for so long looking for models, you know. So, I guess I have you to thank for that.
It seemed like the most natural thing in the world. Whenever you've grown up with someone.
Right.
I am so glad you're with him on this. Because right before you got there, he was telling me how it might take hours, days, maybe even weeks together before the painting. Are you really okay with that?
Yeah. I mean, why wouldn't I be?
You still think I'm not over Georgie? I mean, after everything that she's done, come on.
Georgie was going to have your baby.
Well, Georgie and I move way too fast. You know, that's why we've agreed we're going to take things slower, which is fine. You know, I understand. And I understand that you're afraid you're going to get hurt. Again, so am I.
I never want to hurt you.
Well, then you just got to close your eyes and you got to roll with this. You know, you got to forget about your past, stop worrying about your future, and stop worrying about your present. Trust me. Close those beautiful blue eyes of yours. And trust me. Okay, I'm not going to hurt you. Ever.
Possible to make a major mistake and still love somebody. I mean, I'm not a perfect person, though.
That's what the problem is, darling. I think you're trying too hard to be one.
Who, me?
Yes? Don't give me that look. You. Listen to me now. Cassie left her husband, her son, her home. She left her whole life for you. That's a tremendous responsibility to drop on somebody else's shoulders. And I think that you are trying to give her some kind of an ideal life in exchange for that.
You don't think I'm capable of giving her an ideal life that she wants?
I don't think anyone can give another person an ideal life. I think that is something two people have to make together. Okay? In time, maybe. With a lot of effort on your part, you might get her back. But you better stop and think that that's the right thing for both of you.
Where are my video games? Sorry. Oh, I interrupted.
Clearly, Todd is not himself. He's very ill, Kevin.
I know you love him. I know I told you that I would accept that, Mom, but you know what I can't accept is watching your heart break when you realize that he's faking it.
Look, I said this to you earlier tonight, and I'm going to repeat it. You have to keep an open mind with him. You have to stay objective, Kevin. There are parts to Todd's story you just don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure there are. Maybe I ought to go back to being a really good reporter and dig them all up.
That's not what I was suggesting.
Well, maybe that's what I have to do. And I have a suggestion for you. Why don't you try being objective? Why don't you try thinking that your brother is not suffering from a serious illness? He's just a serious liar.
I know what time it is. And I know that you're really upset with me, so if you're not going to let me go see Kathy, can you give her a message for me, please?
It depends on the message.
Fine. Tell her that I think that it's going to be impossible for us to heal here, that I think we need to get away together, and I want to take her to Chicago. Tell her I want to work on a story together, do what we do best.
Do you really think I'm going to encourage her to go back to something that was phony to begin with?
It wasn't fun.
Yes, it was. If it wasn't, you would have never cheated on her.
You know something, Kelly? Do you really think it's fair of you to speak for Cassie instead of letting her figure out whether this can be fixed?
Remember the first time we watched the sunrise together? On the roof of our building? He was so gallant. He gave me his big coat because mine was too thin. Then he got so cold that he crawled into it with me.
So, what do you guys like better? Sunrise or sunset?
Sunset, no contest. I'm a night person, so sunrise makes me sorry the night's over.
No kidding. You're the same as me.
Yeah, at school we used to go up onto the rooftop, and
You are in so much trouble.
Last time you played this game with us, pal. And Jessica, we're taking you home with us.
oh, come on, leave her out of this psychodrama.
No, look, pal, you want psychodrama. Keep giving me a hard time. I'll give you psychodrama when we get home.
Dad, I'm old enough to be able to...
You're old enough. You ran away from home. You understand? That's exactly what you did. You scared your mother half to death.
I was coming back.
How was I supposed to know that?
Sorry. Sorry.
Fine. Get your stuff together. We're leaving. All right? Jessica, you're coming with us. And you two, I suggest you get out of this park before you get mugged, okay? Go.
It's been real.
I hope the folks don't freak.
And at least we get to watch the sunrise. Like grown-ups.
Cassie doesn't want to go with you anywhere. Ever.
let her know that I'm going to go without her. And give her that for me, would you please?
There's a time I would have killed to have Todd hold my hand. But not like that. I don't even know who that is anymore. Maybe you should go home. Get some rest. It's very hard to keep up your hope and your strength without sleep. And I think he's going to be depending on us a great deal in the next few days. Todd? Todd? Todd, are you there? Oh, you don't have to walk me all the way to my door. I promise I'll be fine.
You sure? You haven't been in this office since Georgie was killed.
That seems like 100 years ago, doesn't it?
Look, Nora.
No. I appreciate the gesture and everything, but if I can see my daughter to prison, I think I can walk into an empty office.
You don't have to be brave for me, all right? I can cancel this meeting with Asa. I don't even know what he wants anyway.
No, I'll be fine. Really, I will. And Jess is coming down. She's going to help me out with the mail and the phone calls like she's been doing before. She's going to help keep doing that until I get a new assistant.
Okay, I'll just stick around until Jess shows up.
Oh, no, please. You know what? Go to your meeting. But thank you.
Call me.
Yeah. I will.